Hello guys, welcome to the second lesson of the course. On this lesson I wanted to talk a little bit about the different music website styles. These styles are tied to the genre, of course. A heavy metal website should look like heavy metal. A reggae website should look reggae, because otherwise the users can feel a little lost and there will be certainly exist a lot of connection. For this, you have to make sure to follow certain rules and codes, as the color palettes, the fonts, the images. Every one of these visual codes will define your website and make a connection with the users. Think about these codes as a welcome carpet for the users. If they like what they see, they will stay. Every music genre has its own visual codes. Rock is dark, pop is white and pink, reggae is green, yellow, and red, and they all have their own fonts, the type of images, and when we create a website for any of these genres, we need to appeal to those visual codes. If you're planning to create a heavy metal website, you have to make sure to use black and red colors, sharp and aggressive fonts, that with fonts that are thick and with no serif, anything that identifies with the genre. Why? Because 90% of your users will be heavy metal fans. Now, I'm not saying that every heavy metal fan dresses with a black shirt and jeans and likes only dark tones, but a big part of them probably does, and you have to aim for that target. It may sound like super cliche and stereotypical, but actually it's not. It's just about defining your target user and what colors they like, the visual codes from the genre they like, because in the end, our main goal is to make sure that the users feel good and comfortable on our website. Imagine going to a band website and it has a black background with big fonts and a grunge effect, looking all Black Sabbath. It would be awesome to have a band like that, honestly, but you know that it would be weird too. In our brains, the bands have a few colors. Most of them are blue with white, some are red with white, some are green. All of them have white backgrounds as a very smooth tone, because that gives the band a trustworthy image. And we have to respect those visual codes. If we design a band website as if it was a rock website, probably the users would be very thrown off and confused. And we really don't want that to happen. So I have several browser tabs open with different music websites divided into genres. So let's begin with the visual codes for rock music. You can see that the websites reflect on the genre's visual codes. You have black backgrounds, white typographies, you have red tones everywhere. You look at these websites and you know that this is a rock website. The fonts are very sharp, very thick and aggressive, and they use a lot of grungy elements. They all have a black and white look and feel. If you like rock music, you will probably like the look on these websites. Pop music, on the other hand, is very different. It uses white backgrounds, it uses trendy colors such as fuchsia, green, light blue. The images are more colorful, and the entire look and feel is more colorful because pop music is like that. It's more colorful than rock music. Hip hop is visually like a middle ground between rock and pop. It's not as colorful and light as pop websites, but not so dark and intense as rock websites. They focus mostly on the artist's face. Reggae is very easy to identify. Green, red, and yellow are a visual rule practically. Reggae websites have somehow a unique earthy style, like if they were handmade. The backgrounds can differ from white to black, but the three colors, the yellow, red, and green, make them very easy to identify. Latin music websites are as happy and colorful as Latin music is. Bright colors, big fonts, and just like hip hop, they rely a lot on the artist's images. And then we have indie music. Our project of in this course is an indie website, so we should pay attention to this. You can see that indie music websites are really simple. Most of them are super basic, white or light backgrounds, basic fonts, a very smooth style that fits perfectly with the music genre. And finally, we have a whole different style of music websites. They are not tied to a specific genre. They are just super cool and in the feeling websites that you can find on the internet, and they follow their own visual code, focusing mainly on making a nice trip out of the website. You can see that they make use of the best features that you can find on a website. They have responsiveness, mouse over, effects, parallax, hero images. They are super trendy and really cool looking, but most importantly, they are made for the user's pleasure. And that is the best thing that we can do because, as I said before, our main goal here is to make sure that the users feel good. The happier the users, the most traffic we will have. So, in a few words, try to be faithful to the visual codes of the genre you want. Think about what kind of website do you want to create and what visual codes you should use to make it better. Just make sure that if you're going to create a website about rock music, you have to try to appeal to the rock music fans, to the rock users, because they are the ones that are going to go to your website. Probably someone that only likes reggae music won't go to a rock fans website. So now it's time to go to the next lesson, and we will talk a little bit about what kind of website do you want to create and how do we translate this into our design. So let's go to the next lesson.